I was just tired. So he's like, hey, unaitwa. So I went. My father, the house that we were living in was also his clinic. Like he was practicing medicine.
I was going to ask, what was his profession?
Yes, he was practicing medicine. And he used to say he's a parapsychologist, a dermatologist. All sorts of things.
Okay.
Yeah. But at that particular time, I remember he was like a skin specialist. So he was a dermatologist.
Okay.
Yeah. But he used to also, deal with, mental issues and all that.
Psychological issues of people.
Yeah. So anyway, he had a clinic inside our house, which made life very difficult. You can imagine your house is still it's
still his workplace.
Yeah. Anyway, upon entering the house, that is where he had his office. Like enter like this, and that's where his desk is, and that's where he's used to receive his patients and all that.
Yeah.
So I sat there, and then so he's like, ulikuwa wapi? And I'm like, mimi nilikuwa kwa neighbor. So he's like, I thought I told you
not to do this,
not to go to the neighbor's place. I'm like, yes, but mimi nilikuwa, I was bored. So he's like, okay. So he started, kaanza msomo. Hey, today you're supposed to go to school. Nini. Story nyingi sana.
Yeah.
So it's like, those neighbors are the ones you think they're the ones who are going to, feed you, pay for your school fees, nini.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just there seated. So he's like, hey, today I'm going to beat you up so that next time you don't repeat it. Hey, me vile nisikia ati beat me up. I'm like, no man, this is not gonna happen. I'm 15 years old.
At the age of 15?
Hakuna. Haiwezi.
Yeah.
So I told him, no, me hautanigusa.
It won't fly.
That is not gonna work.
Yeah.
Nilitoka kwa kupigwa. And my dad used to really beat me up.
Sounds like it.
Yes, and I think that's one of the reasons why I was never close to him. So when he when I said that, he was shocked, and I we never used to. If he said something, that is how it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But this, for the first time, I stood up to him, and I was like, no way. So he was shocked, and he couldn't believe it. So it's like, I told him, I was here, I was ready, and I was ready to go. I prepared myself. I was just waiting for you to give me bus fare.
There's no money.
And money. But you didn't do that, so I just got tired.
Yeah.
Hey, so he's like, hey, akanipiga msomo. Wait, it was crazy. So he's like, okay, umemea pembe, you don't want to be beaten, nini. Okay, he's like, sawa. So what you do, you just go to your neighbors, and just go back where you are, tell them to pay for your school fees, feed you, give you, a place to stay and all that. Yeah, and never come back here again. And guess what? That's what I did.
Okay.
I went to my neighbor's place.
You go banished from home.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So I went there, and I explained myself to my neighbors, and they knew my father. They knew my father.
That helps. Yeah.
And where we were living, the place, the owner of the place also had his home there.
Okay.
So that is where I actually went to watch the TV, and that's where I stayed for the better part of the afternoon.
Yeah.
So the wife to the landlord was around. She never used to stay there. She used to live in Naivasha, but she'd come to visit and all.
Yeah.
So she was like, hey, Lenny, I've seen you guys the way you suffer here and all that. And I keep wondering what is happening. So it's like, you see, like you're supposed to be in school.
Yes.
Yeah, we are in third term, and it's almost over.
Yes.
And you're still at home.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this cannot continue like this. So she asked me, where is your mother? I was like, my mom is in Eastleigh. She's like, yeah, that's okay. See, she's still alive. Yes. She's like, your mother is your mother. Hata kama naishi Madare, she's your mother. Haizi kutupa. So she's like, I want you to go. And I want you, first of all, you are going to sleep here.
Yes.
we'll give you everything that you need. There's food. You'll even watch TV, as those days TV used to end at midnight.
Yes. And it was what? KBC only.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and being Sunday, I think there was a weekend movie or something.
Yeah.
So they let me watch TV mpaka ikaisha.
Yeah.
And they gave me food and a place to sleep over.
To sleep, yeah.
Yeah. So I slept over, and early in the morning, I left and I went back to Eastleigh. Yeah, and I was lucky enough to, I couldn't even remember where Eastleigh was. I didn't even know how to use a matatu or to go all the way to town. It was weird. But I had a neighbor of mine who found me on the bus stop waiting for a matatu.
Yeah.
And she asked me where I was going, and I told her, what happened and all that.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, I'll take you to town. Luckily, I had contacts to my big sister, and she had already started working. So I had her office contacts. And so we go to town. She called my sister.
Ulingia call books.
Yeah, those days,
okay.
Call books, yes. Yeah, so, she went, put coins there. Yeah, she made a call, and then we went she used to work at Jogo House.
Yeah.
And that's where, so, we went all the way to Jogo House.
Yes.
We met my sister.
Yeah.
I told her what happened and all that, and she was like, oh, no, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Then, as I was talking to my sister, my mother
shows up.
Shows up. And she was so excited and all that.
Okay.
Because she had been prohibited to see us.
Oh, wow.
Yes, when they did
this is from when there was from that discussion.
Yeah, can you imagine? I don't understand how that worked. And so she was so excited, and so I left with her, and that's when I went back to Eastleigh. So that time they had moved from where we used to live on 6th Street,
yes,
to First Street. Kuna street inaitwa Melawa Street, huko St. Teresa's chini, all the way going to almost to Mathare. They had moved there because that's where we used to live. The owner of the place had sold it. That's when now, the Somalis...
The place is starting to change.
Yes, that's when they started now, taking over the place.
Yeah.
And so the lady was given with some good money. She sold the place. And people were, had to move.
Yeah.
So, when I got to where they were living, I was shocked because that's, the house that I had left on 6th Street.
Yeah.
All of a sudden was just like a
smaller place.
A bed sitter.
Yeah.
The toilets were outside, the bathrooms outside. You'd share big flat, but all the houses were just bed sitters. And my mother and my 4 sisters, 3 sisters were living all together in that bed sitter. So I was shocked, and I'm like, wow, nimeletea watu shida, like I couldn't understand like what was happening.
Yeah.
So I was thinking to myself, and I'm stressed, and I'm wondering, maybe I should have just gotten, I should have just gone back and been beaten by my father, and life continues, Yeah, and my sisters were like, no, man, relax, man. It's okay. I mean, this is life. We're going to do life as it is, and, we'll continue.
Yeah.
And so from there, we stayed. That year ended without me going to school.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so your future for school.
Yes. It ended without me going to school. I mean, it was too late. It was to the end of the term. To the end of that term.
Yeah.
But my sisters look, like they got a school for me. And the following year now.
Yes.
So they got a school in Ruiru. There was a Ruiru High School, which is no longer there now. Yeah. So I went to boarding school in Prelude High School. So I had to repeat Form 1.
Of course,
because I'd lost a whole year. Yeah. Which was, for me, was such a... it was a really traumatizing time for me. I hated it. Yeah. And then the funniest thing, the guys I schooled with in that school in Embu, it was called St. Philip's High School. Some of the guys came to Ruiru High School.
Okay.
So we patana there, and these guys are in Form 2, and I'm back in Form 1.
Yes.
It was, it felt so bad.
Your classmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean that, there's nothing I could have done.
Do you still know some of these people now?
Yeah.
Okay,
I still know them. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, there's a group for that's the alumni.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We have both groups, even for Pumwani boys. We have a group.
Which is now where you end up going.
Exactly.
Pumwani.
Yeah. So I went to Ridu High. I did my Form 1. I finished. I cleared Form 1, and I now went to Form 2. Then Form 2 second term. My sister could not handle the school fees, so
she's the one who was paying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them actually. They were taking care of the school fees. And remember, my brother. We had to go for my brother.
Yes, because he remained with your father.
Remained with my father.
Yeah.
He was the only one who was remaining with my father.
Yeah.
And in fact, my father told us, even this one, come for him. Mkujieni.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Come for him. So we had to go for him.
Yeah.
And I remember when we went for him. We just found him. We went very early. We just found him, already just done his chores. He cleaned the house, Nini.
Yeah.
He had done all his chores, and my father had a patient. So we got him to, take a shower very fast, and we bought him clothes and all that. And what? As we were about to leave, my father calls us and he's like, "Hey, you guys wait for me."
Yeah.
So he finished up with his patient, and then he told us to go inside the house. So he started talking to us, and he was not happy at all. And then he was like, "You guys have decided to join your mother, side with her and all that.
Yeah.
You guys are ungrateful. Do you what?" And he's like, "From today onwards, mimi nimeosha mkono. You're no longer my children, and even if we meet outside there, please don't say hi to me."
Did he actually say that?
Yes.
Wow.
Those were his words. Tukikutana huko nje, don't say hi to me. Tupitane kama hatujuani. Those were his words. And my big sister was like, okay, sawa, haina shida. We'll see. God is the one who will, Yeah. So we left.
Yeah.
And we went to Eastleigh, back to that, that bed sitter.
Yeah.
And now we are all the 5 of us plus our mother.
Yeah.
So I remember even, we had to sleep on the floor because, it's a small
in this
house.
case, yeah.
We couldn't all fit.
Yeah.
In fact, they had like a 6x6, which they were all sleeping in. So me and my bro had to sit on the floor. Sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
And we lived, and then later on, my sisters got a bigger house now on 7th Street, still in Eastleigh.
Yes.
On 7th Street, near a school called Ensworth. Yeah. And by then I was already in Form 2 in Ridu High School. So and then I transferred now from Ridu High School to Pumwani Boys.